Welcome back to another episode, another reaction of Interview with a Vampire. This is season 2, episode 2. Ooh, I like that. Are you guys ready to jump right into this? The first episode was giving, and I know the second episode is gonna do just that. So let's jump into this. You wanna see an full reaction? The links are down below. Please click one of those links, both of those links. One of them brings you to Patreon, one of them brings you to the YouTube channel membership. You can click one, both. Either way, you can join our extended family today and be able to see this show in a full reaction, as well as a bunch of other shows and movies. So why not join today? Now, without further ado, let's jump into Interview with a Vampire and find out exactly what this show has got to give. Episode 9, do you know what it means to be loved by death?
Paris. Hard to put it into words now.
Paris was an awakening for Louis. Paris was a hunger.
Feel something close to happiness when I think of it.
Oh.
The name alone.
Paris sucks.
But she proposed to me.
And she divorced me in Staten Island.
It's healing. Just as Claudia and I were healing. Confiance en vaut plusieurs si on prend du temps pour la trouver.
What you said is trust is worth several if we take a few years to find it.
We're here. Hospitals running low on plaster of Paris. These people are broke.
Oh?
Maybe we chose the wrong town.
Paris is on her way back. Give her a little time is all.
Tell me what a woman is. I'll tell you what a woman is. Always following the black house. Blackouts are easy.
You want a hard meal, Franks and diamonds.
It's custom and practice for traveling vampires to make themselves known to a local coven. The whitest of lies, turning 77 this year. Do not leave Dubai until you've made him retracted.
Skin did not attract the same attention it did in America.
Right, because there wasn't any racism.
Grateful knowing no one wanted to lynch me or direct me to the far end of the cafe counter.
Are you two going to finish each other's sentences for the whole session?
We hid ourselves away in an inconspicuous apartment in the 9e.
One floor above the owners and one floor below the students and sex workers.
We never brought our kills home. We used the sewers for that.
We were constantly cleaning up for them.
And yet you never made contact with him.
And not one bonjour or prépare-toi à mourir.
Custom and practice. Théâtre des Vampires, a company that had been in existence for 150 years. But the reports were confounding. Were they romantic? No. Who was the master? Neither, it seemed. Vampires with hobbies. Insanity.
Holding it in your hand. I was there. This occurred. You have the ability to stretch a millisecond into an hour. It's a reduction. I liked taking photographs.
He did.
It took my mind off things.
What are you looking for when you take a picture?
I don't know. Surprise, baby. Ask yourself what brought them here. What brought you here? Is it coming together random? For him, rain?
Sometimes I want the short answer.
If you knew the answer, why'd you ask?
Is it coming together random, choreographed?
Let me think I'm deeper than I am.
Is that how you sell yourself? Who are you, Louis?
I'm your brother. I'm the reticent vampire of the ninth arrondissement.
If there was no me, and there was no him, who would you be?
Right.
How you gonna get there?
Paris sucks.
That's not the point she was making.
Sure it is.
She was giving me permission to explore a life apart from her.
Louis needs Paris.
It's 1985. She tells you she's pregnant.
The fishing rod in the head again.
And you say, yeah.
I think it was the yeah that pissed her off most. Yeah? Know what I need?
Maybe a new brain in my head. Why can't I tell him this? Maybe I want to be joyfully joyless. A forever switch of wild opposites at play.
Oh, Claudia, don't kill her.
Oh, faites attention, c'est une robe en soie. Une goutte d'eau pourrait la tacher. Américaine? French is ugly.
Oh.
Never thought about choosing to pretend. Life hasn't been kind enough to allow me that. Maybe if it had been, I'd be a lonely dressmaker in an empty shop, denying my only potential customer. The dress for my body.
Real Rashid, just in time for the big meet cute. What weirdness have you brought us today? Oh, you really shouldn't wear gloves when handling historical documents, Real Rashid. Rip a page on the item being examined.
He's moving like this.
Rashid. Photos are the record of time passing. Outward evident.
Who are the young men? Vampires?
Those were our young friends.
Some are very old now, most are dead. and some we simply drained for sport. You could tell from his walk he was an American. There was no way to describe it other than optimistic.
I was an armored thing that spring.
With a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
I'll describe it myself, thank you. But with a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
I was convinced we were being toyed with and I could hold back the coven only so long. I would confront the Elder and make him aware of the ways rogue vampires were dealt with in Paris.
He looked like a boy masquerading as a gentleman.
And to blend in as some layman, thinking he could fade into the landscape, it was absurd.
What were the first words of the ancient vampire to the future love of his life?
I will not harm you.
And I never have.
He's an ancient vampire, so he has a lot more strength than Louis. Armand.
I found some. Well, they found me, found us.
The Americans were finally coming to Pigalle.
The perfumed armpit of Paris.
Sir de Pontelac. Our finest seat.
A mixture of slavish devotees and overserved tourists.
And found a more receptive audience from our Anglican friends, now invading Paris post-war.
Some couldn't care less what was spoken.
They were all the same to us.
They're for vampires, and we felt their numbers in the charged air.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, to the displacement of reason.
The rope slip. He's really flying.
Instead of mere human drama, highest form of art in the lowest of ways. For your next of kin, Ami, we assist in turning down the sheet. I salute your honesty right after I take my boot from your arm. You don't leave here tonight seeing the world upside down. We here at the Théâtre des Vampires have failed in our jobs. Everything you're about to see is real. You are all complicit. I love you for it, even as you disgust me.
Oh my gosh. I felt that man's anger.
Actors performed in front of a cinema screen, interacting with animations and bits of film.
The light of the projector on the faces of our actors lent a romantic air to their performance. The plays were timeless, updated for the age and all from our 150-year repertoire.
Barely motivated violence.
Life is cruel, life is violent.
I had seen a smile or a laugh come out of her that wasn't for my benefit.
Sarah.
The fake vampire teeth, the fake blood.
The only play that mattered was the last.
Woodcutter! Who are you? Lock in your heart. The gears have stopped.
What is this?
Ze gaan me vermoorden, Elder.
She's disrupted the performance.
De vampiers gaan ons allemaal vermoorden.
This is an English-only performance. Start again.
I live in Antwerp.
Girl, a whole history. No, what's happening right now?
True vampires. This is real. Ik wil niet doodgaan.
Suppose we were to let you go.
Please.
Someone would have to take your place. Your husband?
I can't have a boodle.
Oh my gosh.
How about...
Oh.
Whose flesh has run in every direction from his mustache. The next time you're in the pew, you turn to your neighbor and say, "Peace be unto you."
Peace be unto you.
Give you up in a wink. Death awaits everyone. Everyone. Unconscious death is the fate of all mortals. Conscious death. Annika. Know what it means to be loved by death.
Oh, title of the episode.
Do I hear French from the lips of an English company? Very committed tonight. Bravo, bravo.
Is he the strongest?
As they wipe their grease.
5 insolent months of nights for you to humble us with your appearance. I ask you, Maître, was it worth the wait?
Americans are here!
Le théâtre des vampires. Aigley, front of house. Samuel Barclay, playwright in residence.
Sam, come, Sam.
Young here refused the dark gift until he could be on stage.
My son is rebellious.
Father is an asshole.
Lending us our core acting company.
We're amazing.
I was, wasn't I? Love the dress.
American vampiresses all wear pastels.
Claudia's the only American vampirist.
Alluring is you.
No. Louis was expelled for his beauty.
Night you were given the gift, phase of the moon, name of the maker.
I don't really need
Do you both have the same maker?
His name was Bruce.
Bruce?
I don't even want to
We
say
don't talk
Lestat.
about him much. He threw himself into a fire in front of us. I got a question. Who's that handsome man on the wall up there?
Finest actor ever to walk our stage. Lestat de Lyoncourt.
Should have seen that coming. Did not see that one coming.
A community as small as ours, such crossings of immortal paths is expected.
I think I saw that Teresa's dead husband was Roberto. He had eloped with his enemy's widow. Lestat's painting on the wall. Are you kidding me? You knew Lestat before he did.
Yes, Armand knew Lestat.
Both fucked Lestat.
100+ years apart.
They were not compatible.
Even had an aerobic evening with Tuan and Quang Pham in the back row of a cinema watching Now Voyager.
Lestat's appearance is important. Just not in the way you think it is, Daniel.
Flip to channel 300 something. It's a Univision night.
Fine. What about Lestat?
He's 100-something-year-old painting in a frame. But there they were, inviting us back 5 minutes later.
To kill us.
One of them thought anything other than I want to lick these two. Right in front of their dumb faces. Tell me you did not feel pride. Love being vampires, and they shamed us because we never felt that way, and we fucking should. 14 hapless vampires being led by a vampire with skin darker than yours.
You felt my lust?
Armand? Oh yeah, felt his too. Worship them in the red light all you want. I want to be with my own. Don't ruin this for me.
Lestat's portrait put me on edge. I needed confirmation of his death. We were very close friends. We owned some real estate together. We were separated by the war, Mr. Lyoncourt and myself. I had lost my American passport doing that work. I'm here to know if you've heard from him, and if so...
We have not heard from Monsieur de Lyoncourt since February 1940. And I know what you meant to our cherished client, Monsieur de Lyoncourt. Perhaps he is dead. Or sleeping. No confirmation of his actual death and cannot declare him legally dead for years. Between us, it is confirmation enough for me to pass this box to you.
Sheesh. Just like that. There you go. My Louis. That says Louis.
In the event that you are reading this, something dreadful has occurred. The fact that we both now exist in 2 different worlds. Not waste your life seeking revenge on the person or persons who did this. You let treachery eat away at them from within. You are the only being I trust. And whom I love. My love belongs to you.
Oh no.
You are its keeper.
You are its keeper.
A veil will now forever separate our union. And I'm always on the other side. Face pressed up against your longing. Lestat de Lyoncourt.
Love of my life, or is it more rebound of my life with you two?
What a comfort. Your ability to continue pulling humor from his pain cathartic.
Steps and gum on the corner of Rue Palatine and Servandoni.
The old parlor trick.
Purple dress you favor.
I liked the way she walked in it. She was confident. Have at it.
You worked so hard to get that table right in the corner.
Which I did.
And what did she say when you finally asked her to marry you?
Middle school, you stole your dad's Playboy magazine, sold them at recess.
Danny, what did Alice say when you finally asked her to marry you?
She said no.
Oh.
She wanted to say yes, but she didn't trust you.
Would you like to know what she thinks of you now? If she thinks of you now.
If you're willing to ask your questions and then listen.
Damn.
Good. So,
what happened next?
They invited us for a hunt. I nodded off one night while Santiago was hamming it up, made me persona non grata with the leading man. Oh. Did follow the leader, a slithering creature with multiple heads, waiting for Maître to make the call.
When you share a victim,
when you travel as a pack, you take on a collective hunger. Where are you taking us?
As far as our petrol will take us.
The rumbling beast of the movable feast.
You're gonna eat this whole house?
The estate of the family de la... Une réunion d'amis et d'associés.
Oui, mais vous avez pas la permission, non?
Give us the layout, would you know? 13 men, 8 women, and small firearms in the library bureau.
You coming?
I hit before the play. I'm gonna... You're not gonna win.
I am now where I most want to be.
You carry yourself well.
Merci. And myself thinking, what is in there?
And thinking the same about you.
Tricky.
What's that?
Us. See something, Claudia?
Spark in the dark.
Gilded, blocking her thoughts. You must work harder on that. Because I do believe I felt some trepidation when the name Lestat was uttered. I don't know the particulars of your acquaintance with him. You can tell me when you're ready. A few of the coven can be volatile and quite unforgiving when lied to. May I suggest you never visit Roger Habert and Associates again? Maître is a coven endearment. Armand for you.
Louis, I see it now. It's different here. I love it. Then j'adore its own vampire.
In English! Wow. Well, another episode down, and it was glorious. I loved this episode. We now know where Armand came from. So throughout this episode, as I was watching it, I was like, is Armand the one who's like the strongest one in this coven? And the answer is yes. Because they actually said it a few times before, Claudia did at least. And for some reason, it didn't hit me until after I was done watching it. So Armand is also called the Ancient One. So clearly he's stronger than Louis. So right now I'm focusing on Armand and Lestat and which one is stronger. And also, I have a question. Lestat might be stronger. Lestat was actually wasn't his maker like Dracula? Am I making things up? I feel like in the first season, like I asked this question or it was said that his maker was the first vampire. Am I wrong or am I right? And also question mark, is the first vampire ever around? Like is the first vampire that was, the first vampire, let's get it together, is he gone? I'm very curious on that, because I don't know if we ever talked about that, but I'm as I said, very curious. So this play that we went through, y'all, was everything. How they drew people in play after play after play, and by the last one, where they already convinced everybody that it was like just a play. Although in the beginning of the first play, the first show, the vampire told them, everything you see is real. You disgust me. If somebody looks at me in my soul and says that, I'm never coming back. Ever. Never. But these people did. They fell for it. And then they murdered somebody right in front of them. And they're lucky they didn't eat all of them. There's that. Claudia seems to be one with this coven. She's always wanted to find vampires like her. Find vampires in general that she can call like a family, it seems. And she found it. And they're pretty brutal. But I don't know. Like, they're brutal and they seem like they hate humans, but she clings to that. Like, that's her thing. But she's also really proud to be a vampire. And that's what this coven is. So I'm very curious. I hope that Claudia doesn't die this season. But I feel like for some odd reason, we're setting the stage for Claudia's exit this season. And I'm very nervous. Can I do a quick prediction? And I have never read the books before, so I don't know what is going to go down in this season. But my prediction, and maybe if I remember this on the last episode, I'll go back to this one, is that Claudia, because Claudia went from being upset to healing to now happiness, and then I feel like Lestat's gonna come back and he's gonna kill Claudia. Yep. And then Armand and Lestat are gonna fight. And maybe Lestat will kill the whole coven, because why is Armand and Louis together alone and the whole coven isn't there? Maybe. That's my prediction, y'all. That's my prediction. So far, I would give this episode an 8. I thought it was extremely strong. Once again, we got more vampires, we got more deaths, we got more blood, and the way they did these deaths, and then we went to the last house, and it was pretty much like a bunch of rich people, and they just destroyed and devoured them. I was here for, absolutely. People jumping off balconies, people's heads getting caught up by the pool, or the what's that thing called? The pond, or whatever that thing is called. And then the guy saying, mercy, which means thank you in French. That's the only word I know. And voulez-vous would say à des fois. I don't think I said that right either. But I thought it was very strong. I love following this episode, this journey. And you can see Louis is very torn. He's a very torn man. At first, it seems like he was building up Claudia for her to finally be happy. He was down with Claudia finding more vampires just like them. But by the ending of this episode, he seemed scared. He seemed worried. He did lie to the coven, and now he has to try to learn how to block off his thoughts, because we already know he's obsessed with Lestat, and this group, they know Lestat. So he's scared. He's nervous. So I'm here for it, y'all. I can't wait for another episode next week of this wonderful show. Are you guys excited? I love it. By the way, before I get off this reaction, I realized this show is one of those shows where I really can't give you the wild crazy me, because it's just not that type of show, right? So it's more like I sit here, I watch it, I go in awe, my mouth opens up, you get to see my tongue ring, my lips are huge. You get to see all of that, y'all. You just get to see me just trying to grasp for words or blood or vampire teeth. And I don't have anything. So I hope you guys enjoy the silence, because that's all you're gonna get here. Because sometimes, let me tell you something, sometimes some random person, no shade and no tea, but sometimes a random person will find my channel, and I guess they're used to people pausing the video, stopping and talking through the shit. That is so irritating, by the way. No shade to those other reactors, Heidi Ho, Winslow, but I could never do that. I have ADD, so if I stop this show and I start talking to you guys, I will probably forget that I was even watching it and then walk right off, hit the camera off and be like, wait, what was I doing? That's the type of boy I am. So yeah, some people want more interaction with the videos, but I just watch the show and I watch it with you guys, and you get to pretty much see more facial expressions than anything. I'm more of a facial type of reactor because I get involved in the show. I wish I could talk more, and sometimes I'll be like, say something, Andres, but I'm so in shock of what's happening. Like somebody's like there are people screaming and blood spattering on the walls, and Lestat is just like flirting with Armand like it was nothing. And by the way, I don't find Armand attractive at all, and no shade, no tea. He's not ugly, but he's just not my type. But I'm so feeling Louis. Like I'm like, you are delicious. Who's Louis' father? I don't even know his name. I feel like his father's a famous actor, or am I thinking about another? I think I'm thinking about another actor. Anyways, y'all, I just said I was getting off this reaction. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all the way down. Full reactions are available Patreon as well as YouTube channel memberships. Don't forget, while you're getting up and getting ready to leave this reaction, hit that like button, share, comment down below. I will see you all next time with more reactions.